What the hell are we looking at? What is this? This is a woman. This is a woman. For the listening audience, the person's dressed in a man's business suit with an enormous pregnant belly. The person's head looks like the head of a man's haircut, some facial hair. It looks like a man, but it is very clearly a woman because there's an enormous pregnant belly. It says trans pregnant proud. And here's more pictures. I got to tell you, I'm deeply offended by this whole thing. I am disgusted by what I'm seeing. And I'm sorry to use that term, but that is how I'm feeling. This is horrifying to me that this baby is going to be born to this mother who is posing as a man who's married, guys, to, according to the piece, somebody who is a non-binary drag performer. And the person giving birth is writing books like My Daddy's Belly, talking about how this book is going to be totally accessible to children of all ages and easy to understand, giving basic facts about how transgender dads give birth and celebrate the miracle of life. No, hard pass. Only women give birth. Only women are pregnant. The only reason that person's on the cover of Glamour is because that's a woman. That's a woman who looks very different than most women, but that's a woman.
You know, if you'd said to me, we'd be spending Friday afternoon talking about the cover of Glamour Magazine, I would have been very surprised because I would have figured, I'm guessing this is not a regular topic, perhaps never discussed on the Megyn Kelly program. This is one of the ways that you guarantee that people will talk about it. And the transgender community will say, oh, look at this. Isn't this wonderful? We've finally proved to conservatives that men can get pregnant. And of course, there are plenty of people on the right who will be outraged over this. And of course, in the process, will denounce it on social media or writing about it. And this, of course, makes more attention. And of course, everyone who hears about this is like, well, wait, let me see. I got to see. Let me click on that link to get through to Glamour. My suspicion is that this will probably be the most read, most discussed, most trafficked, most debated cover of Glamour. If they put some, ordinary supermodel on the cover, nobody would have noticed. So it's one of those things where I don't begrudge any conservative coming out and saying this is ridiculous, this is absurd, this is you're insisting 2 + 2 = 5. This is not true. But in the process of denouncing it, we're kind of doing them a favor. And I don't know about you guys, I have yet to figure out how to square that circle, how to say, no, I think this is not true. You are wrong in this. And not do it in a way that does them the favor of giving them the attention that they deeply seek in the first place. People say this about Dylan Mulvaney too, and I'm just not there. I don't care if they get more attention as a result of our discussing it. I want to fight this. I just think it's more important to call it out, correct their language. They want to correct our language. I want to correct their language. That is, there's no such thing as a dad who gives birth. That is not a thing. And so I don't really care if Glamour sells a few more articles as a result of it. I care about the actual fight and the language that keeps appearing elsewhere. This person, Rich, here's the person's name is Logan Brown. Again, this is a woman. And they gave an interview in I guess, is it on the Gossip Gaze podcast, this interview, Lauren? Is that where we're pulling this from? Yeah, some podcast called The Gossip Gaze, talking about, you listen here.
It almost feels like it's, for me, like the most feminine thing that I could possibly do, to be honest. So like when I found out, it kind of, like in that split moment, it kind of felt like all my manlyhood that I've been like working towards for ages was just taken away from me straight away. Like it was really, really weird. I don't feel feminine. I actually feel like a pregnant man.
My God. They went on to say, Rich, this Logan, that you'll be shocked to hear Logan had really bad mental health growing up. Logan was, quote, constantly in therapy. Logan took a pregnancy test and it was positive. Logan had been off testosterone for a while, which Logan needs because Logan's a woman trying to pose as a man for a while due to some health issues. And then it was like my whole world just stopped. That everything, all my manlyhood that I've worked hard for so long, just completely felt like it was erased. Okay, right, because there is no manlyhood because, again, that's a woman, Rich.
Right. Our friend Ben Shapiro, who is prescient and has been so stalwart on this issue, he was pointing out a Washington Post article a little while ago about Megan Fox, and she was, I think she's in the swimsuit issue. Sports,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I haven't looked at
I
the
hear.
swimsuit issue. But she talked about her body dysphoria, right? So you look at Megan Fox, you're like, why would she feel badly about her body? Dysphoria is not a rational thing, right? But she's treated for this not by saying, "Oh, Megan, you're right. You're a fat slob, or you're a stick figure that has no sex appeal." It's like, why do you feel this way? Let's get to the bottom of your feelings and try to get you more attuned with what the reality is about your body. That's a rational approach, right? Instead, we have every instrument in our culture and even the medical establishment now saying if a kid has or someone else has these irrational ideas that can be quite destructive about themselves, you affirm the destructive ideas. You affirm the lies and the irrationality. And that just makes no sense. But we've carved out this one element of dysphoria that we're going to affirm. And this is where, with all due respect with Jim, that cover is about getting attention partly, but it's also about pushing an agenda, right? It's not just mere clickbait and mere attention seeking. And that's why I think it's right to discuss it. You have to discuss it in order to push back against it.
And the other thing is, Jim, the absolute nerve of this person, because if you read the article, this Logan goes on to say how difficult it was on Logan to go into the maternity ward to give birth because of Logan's unique circumstances. I've been misgendered by staff. Oh, really? The nurses and the doctors were confused and called you she as you were giving birth to a baby? And now you want to call them out as insensitive? I've been misgendered. And no one's actually turned around to me and said, "Are you okay?" No one's asked what it feels like to be a trans pregnant man. Oh my God, I can't.
I've been present for 2 births. I got to hold a leg. And look, I'm a man. I'm not going to pretend I know what it feels like to go through childbirth. But from what I could tell from that upfront seat, it looked pretty darn painful to me. So painful that you'd actually, while you're feeling the contractions and you are feeling a human life come out of your body, a head is appearing where you really never expect to see a face. And while that's happening, I was misgendered. That really hurt my feelings. I really have a hard time I have a hard time. The other little bit in that snippet that you commented, there's the emphasis, the certainty that this person felt like a pregnant man, not a woman. Has this person felt both? How do you distinguish between those two? How do you it's kind of fascinating. Well, I just felt a certain way and I'm certain it was one way and not another. This is like remarkably nebulous language that basically is just an affirmation of what the person wanted to believe.
Breaking news, Genucel has upgraded its most popular package to now feature its top-selling deep firming vitamin C serum plus ultra retinol moisturizer with natural retinol alternative. Right now, take advantage of this limited time package upgrade for 70% off. Why waste time and money going to get work done to your face when you can just get Genucel skincare shipped right to your door? Here's a Genucel.com review from Robert in Texas. Quote, "I purchased Genucel as a gift from my girlfriend. She said she saw results so fast, we joined their concierge program immediately. It is honestly the best skincare she's ever used, and she's extremely impressed with all the Genucel products." Now, Genucel is made by a compounding pharmacist in small batches, always safe, cruelty-free, and natural. Go to Genucel.com/MK60 and save over 70% off Genucel's most popular package, featuring both the Genucel Ultra Retinol and Genucel Firming Serum. Genucel.com/MK60, Genucel.com/MK60, and get a complimentary Spa Essentials box with every package order plus free upgrade to priority shipping, so you'll get it fast. GENUCEL.com/MK60. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.